Okay, I'm on, make sure the mic's on. Okay, we are good to go. Now, every time I record, I'm always reminded by the fact that I'm losing hair. As you can see, there's probably one strand in there I saw. So last night I competed in the first round of a racing league, a go-kart racing league, and it was awesome. Now, I've driven go-karts before, petrol ones, but I've never driven electric ones. And this place, it's called, let me give a shout out, Extreme Indoor Go-Kart Racing in Warners Bay. And these go-karts are fully electric, and I've never driven electric go-karts. And it was an experience. I have never driven there, I've never driven their go-karts, but I thought, hey, it would be awesome to join this racing league, which goes for 8 weeks, and it's on every second, so every fortnight. Now, the format of each round is this. You do a 5-minute qualifying, and then 2 8-minute races. And then of course, your grid position is determined by the time you set in qualifying. So just basic qualifying. Now, how did I go? Remember, this is the first time, okay? This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. Well, I've driven go-karts, but competition go-karts. Well, in the qualifying, I came, because I've got actual receipts, because it's pretty cool. They give you these awesome little receipts, and I'll probably edit this in so you see it proper in the video. So the first one now, that's race 2. Let's jump to race 1. Should have really prepared these receipts properly. So this track is pretty small and it's fully indoors. So in qualifying, I came P4. So I wasn't, and that's out of 5, so I'm not last, okay? I'm not last. So I came P4, so position 4. And the best time I posted was a 20.188. Mind you, the person that came first, I'm not gonna mention his name, I wanna protect the privacy, but they came 19.463. So I was about half a second off the pace of the person in P1, which remember, this is my first time, okay? So I was just getting a feel of the go-kart. And also with the go-karts, because I'm a tall person, I don't know if you can tell, anyway, you probably can't tell, but I am a tallish type of person. And so the go-karts, you can actually adjust a lot of things. So I was trying to figure out the right position for the seat, because if your car oversteers, then you're too far back. If your car understeers, you're too far forward. But you can also adjust the steering wheel as well, and also the pedals. But the problem that I've got is that my knees come right up. I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't, but anyway, my knees come right up, and it's hard for me to steer it quickly because my hands hit my knees. Anyway. But I'm not saying that's a handicap. It is, because I was probably the tallest out of all of them. But anyway. So after the qualifying, it was a bit exhausting, okay? It was a bit exhausting. Arms are sore, shoulders are sore. But then for the first race, I wanted to get into the 19s, okay? That's all I wanted to do. I'm not gonna focus on coming first, because honestly, the guys there are much faster than me. So then in the first race, so the first 8-minute race, let me bring it up, was, my best time was 19.272, okay? Now, I finished the race in P5, and there were only 5 races, so I came last. So let's just say my performance was Williams-esque, okay? For the F1 fans, they'll know what I mean. Now, the actual race was pretty cool. So you come out of the pits, you do a formation lap, and of course I did the cool little swerving, to heat up the tires, to put pressure in the tires. The car's electric, so you're not really worrying about oil pressure and things like that. But it was pretty cool doing that, because I've always seen it when I watch F1s or V8s, them swerving and then, hitting the accelerator, then braking hard, hitting the accelerator, braking hard, did all that. I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, it was a great first race. I didn't even pass one person. And the person waving the blue flag, which means that you're being lapped and you need to yield to the side to let the person through, that person probably got a sore arm, like just waving that blue flag for me consistently, because honestly, I think I was the only person that got blue flagged. I honestly think. Anyway, so in the first race, we had 5 cars on the grid, and it was a great first race. 8 minutes, it was exhausting. I had shoulders, say that 10 times, sore shoulders and sore arms. I really should get gloves, but anyway. And it was a fun race. And then for the second race, they decided to put everyone onto the grid. So it was 10 cars, okay? And of course, I started last. Okay, typical, yep. And again, you start off in the formation lap, you do the swerving, you warm up the tires. And so then in the second race, remember, there are 10 people, 10 cars on the grid, okay? So there was a bit of congestion, okay? I passed one person on the opening lap, and then of course, they eventually passed me, and then I got blue flagged for the rest of the race. I think at one point I had like 3 people just overtake me. But anyway, it was a fun experience. It was an absolute fun experience. And just to tell you the numbers, because I will be keeping track of all the numbers. Okay, so I came P10, I finished P10, so I assume in F1 I got 1 point. At least I finished P10, yeah. But mind you, there were only 10 people on the grid, so I started last. I finished last technically. So again, a Williams-esque performance. And the best time was 19.681. So I was actually slower in the second race than in the first race. Now, it really comes down to experience, okay? I was talking to a few of the other guys there, and they've actually done this racing league a few times because I think it happens twice a year. And this was my first night, so I'm just going to relax and enjoy it, and hopefully I'll get faster as the rounds progress. So what can I do to go faster? What type of package will I bring to the second round? Well, you know, the first thing I can do is probably lose weight, and I don't mean by actually becoming skinnier, I just mean by not wearing jeans. That's the first thing. Wearing lighter shoes, I guess. I mean, I actually believe me, okay? I actually weighed my shoes this morning, and I think my sneakers that I wore were the lightest. But maybe I'll wear shorts instead of jeans, you know, get my pins out. Maybe I'll shave my legs, because I remember, you know, in school, guys would shave their legs for soccer because it would make them run faster. I don't know. No, I'm not going to shave my legs. Anyway, round 2 is in 2 weeks. I'll see how I go. I think the goal for round 2 would be to just pass one person. But the thing is though, this track is pretty tight. We even laughed yesterday that it's the Monaco of Warners Bay because if you follow F1, you know that Monaco is one of the hardest tracks to overtake on, and qualifying is very important. So you want to try and qualify in P1 because once you have pole position, you can just take off and you don't have to worry about overtaking people. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what round 2 is going to bring. Anyway, it was fun. If you're in Warners Bay and you want to join a racing league, just search for Extreme Go-Karting Warners Bay or something. You'll find them. I think you can join anytime. Yeah, come and have some fun. And yes, I will update you on how round 2 goes. That was 10 minutes. Oh man, it's going to be a ton of editing. See, the problem with me is that I love recording videos, but I hate editing it, which is a bit of a problem because you spend more time editing and doing all the things in the background than actually recording it. Okay.